language testing system held on July 11 at Mentors in Rangpur. Candidate name is 𝐷𝐿TS, candidate number 570-397. And the examiner is me, 𝐻𝐫𝐴, examiner number 750-397. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your full name?
It's 𝐷𝐿TS. My friends and my family usually call me by my nickname 𝐷𝐿TS.
Can you see your ID, please?
Sure, here it is.
Thank you. Here is your ID back.
Thank you.
In the first part of the IELTS speaking test, I would like to introduce with you. Where are you from?
I'm from B𝐵𝐴. It's a small upazila of Dinajpur district and in part of Rangpur division, and it's the focal point of the northern railway connection with different parts of Bangladesh.
Right. And where do you live right now?
Right now I'm staying in Rangpur division for my study purpose.
And how long have you been living in Rangpur?
It's been almost 2.5 years since I have been here for my intermediate college section.
So, what is your opinion about the differences between the two cities, B𝐵𝐴 and Rangpur?
Well, B𝐵𝐴 is just a small upazila and Rangpur is a division, so definitely Rangpur is bigger than B𝐵𝐴 and lots of facilities are available here which I didn't see in B𝐵𝐴.
Right, so which one do you like, Rangpur or B𝐵𝐴?
Well, B𝐵𝐴 is my hometown, so definitely I have different connections with B𝐵𝐴, so definitely B𝐵𝐴.
Right, let's talk about your occupation. What do you do?
I'm a student. I've completed my intermediate from Rangpur Police Line School and College, and right now I'm taking preparation for IELTS to study abroad.
What do you want to study abroad?
Well, I'm planning to do undergraduation in Australia. The course is Bachelor of Social Work, as I'm connected to social things much, so that's why I prefer.
Did you choose the subject to study by yourself or someone else motivated you to study that subject?
Well, my sister has motivated me to choose that subject because she is in Australia right now and she knows better that which course is much popular in Australia and which have much career opportunities there. So she has suggested me.
So, did you choose the subject only because you have much career potentialities with it or something else?
As I told you before, I have different connections with social things. I like to help people, and it's every human being should do this. That they should help other people. So if it's part of my career, then definitely I would have to choose. Like I would like to choose that profession which is connected to other people.
Yes, that's great. Now, let me ask you about your favorite food. What's your favorite food? Your favorite food?
Okay, so I like spicy food, so definitely I would have to prefer spicy food. So my mother cooks pulao and roast, which a bit spicy, so I like that.
And what do you do in your leisure time? Do you like listening to music?
I love listening music, but most of the time I try to do cooking in my leisure time.
What do you cook?
Well, I love to bake, so I try to bake cakes and different sorts of sweets.
Great. Thank you very much, and that is the end of your IELTS speaking test, part 1. In part 2, I want to describe an interesting hobby, and you have 1 minute to plan your answer. So here is a piece of paper and a pen to plan your answer. Here is your topic. Can you start now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I have quite many hobbies, and cooking is one of them, as I've told before. So I have different fascination for cooking. During COVID pandemic, when I had literally nothing to do at home, so that time I was just getting bored. That time I took that decision that I should learn cooking. I should starting learning cooking, as my mother is a really good cook. So basically, I started learning from my mother. So the first attempt was on baking. I love to eat cakes and bake cakes, and I also love to feed other people's which I've cooked, and that was a very interesting hobby of mine because it helped me a lot to overcome that leisure time which I was spending during COVID-19, as I didn't have that much friends that time. So whenever I was feeling lonely or boring, that time I just really like to cook different kinds of foods, and my father really likes food cooked by me, and it also gives me pleasure to please my father by cooking different things. So besides sweets and cakes, I also have learned different sorts of spicy foods, as I'm a spicy food lover, and this is how I spent my whole COVID time.
Right, thank you. Thank you very much for talking and describing your hobby. And that is the end of your IELTS speaking test, part 2. May I get back a pen and paper?
Sure.
Thank you. So in part 3, let me ask you some question about your hobby, or I'm going to ask you some question not related to the hobby. Do you understand?
Yes.
What kind of hobbies do most of your friends have?
Most of them have reading books or painting. So I've seen my friends who are connected close to me. I've always seen them in their leisure time. Either they're reading books or painting or drawing.
Yeah. And what do you think? I mean, what people do when they don't have any particular hobby? What would you do if you don't have any particular hobby?
Maybe gardening, because it's our responsibility to take care of our environment, and I think it's a favorite to everyone. Nobody will say no to planting trees, and everyone has.
I mean, gardening.
Yeah, gardening.
Yes. Okay, so you do gardening. And what do you think? Do you think having hobby is important in our life?
Definitely, it's important in our life because different peoples have different tastes, and everybody spend their leisure time doing different things. So people does their hobbies in their leisure time. So it's important. It will help them to overcome different things.
Yes. Right. So you have your hobbies, cooking, gardening. Your friends like reading, painting. So what do you think? Most of the people in your country have hobbies, and what are the common hobbies do they have?
Well, reading books are these are the common habits of my generation, because many students are book lover as we're studying, and people of age above 50, I guess they love to reading news and other sorts of things connected to the world.
One thing is sure that young and adult both like reading books.
Yes.
Do you think it's a good habit?
Definitely, it's a good habit. After all, reading book can enhance our knowledge. We get to know different sorts of things, and it gives us different news around the world.
Right. And what is your opinion? What kind of books do people usually love reading? A physical book or books in the internet, online?
I think both, because students of my age, we prefer to read books on internet, because as we don't get every source of books in library, and people of my father or mother's age, they like to read books physically, which they prefer.
Right. And finally, what do you think? Where do people in your community go to find arts?
Well, maybe museum, because different sorts of arts are kept there, and which were in ancient times. So those architectures are kept in museums. So definitely people prefer to go in museum and watch them.
Thank you very much. That is the end of your IELTS speaking test. Thank you, Amin. You did good. So far I can remember you made only one mistake in part 1, which when you talk, I have completed my SSC, something like this, which that is you have already completed. So I completed. It should be I completed, not I have completed. I completed my SSC graduation. I completed my ACC graduation. I completed my college graduation. Not I have completed, because I have completed and I completed two different things. The thing that you have already done is I completed. Right? Thank you. I score you 8.